How you doing? My name is Gilbert Ross with Abundant Capital Group. I'm just going through a little presentation here on a real estate note opportunity that I found. There are a number of these opportunities out there. There are a few different platforms that we go to and we search every day and we find these particular deals. Also, we have relationships with um, hedge funds and equity partner type of companies that buy notes in bulk. What they do is they buy them from the GSEs, and what they then do is kind of go through the loans that they buy. They may buy 1,000, 2,000 at a time. And then there may be 300, 400 of those that they really don't want. And then they kind of sell off into the market. And we're able to pick out some good deals that these larger companies don't want. And I'm just going to run through this particular deal. This is my contact information here. If you want to reach out in regards to this, ask any questions, here's my contact information. So this particular deal is in West Virginia. It's in Charleston, West Virginia. Um, I don't have the deal under contract right now, but I'm just showing people some of the things that are out there that they can invest in when it comes to real estate notes. When you are investing in real estate notes, you are becoming the bank. There's no landlording responsibility for the property or anything like that. You are just receiving the payments while the person that's in the property who received the loan is living in the property. So this particular property has a value of about 51,000. It may be a little bit higher than that, maybe closer to 60,000 based on some of the research that I've done online. The purchase price for this note is 17,579.35. So you'll see that that's roughly about 34%, 35% investment to value, which is really good, especially for a performing note, meaning that the person in the property is making their payment consistently each and every month. Um, so, there, if anything does happen, with the real estate market and the economy, being at a 34% investment to value, you can withstand, a certain downturn in a market because you're invested at such a great percentage here. The unpaid balance on this is just over $20,000. So that means uh, if the person living in the property refinances this property for whatever reason, or if they sell the property, you're going to get your full principal back that you paid for the note, plus, roughly about $3,000 in addition to that if they sold in, let's say, 30, 60, or 90 days, something like that. So that would be a great return on your investment in a short amount of time if that was to happen. This person's been living in the house for over 7 years. You can see that they have 43 payments remaining, which is just over about 3.5 years. This note was originally written for on a 10-year term. So they've been there and they have gotten some equity in the property. So, um, they're not going to want that equity to go away if anything does happen, with the economy or in the borrower's, personal life. The payment is 479.80, and that's after servicing, meaning that you will want to have a third party servicer make sure that payments are collected, making sure that taxes and insurance and things like that are taken care of. That's usually a fee of about $30. So the original payment is about $509.80, but then you want to subtract off about $30 for your servicing company to do their part. And that'll give you about a 9%, just above a 9% rate of return, a yield on this. For $17,000, I think that's a pretty strong return. A lot of people have that type of money and then, in a savings account or in some type of retirement vehicle. And is it getting you, 9% annually is what you have to ask yourself. Some people have it in an account where it's getting maybe 2, 3, 4, 5%. We can get you a 9% return on that type of money. And you're very safe in this particular deal. So I do two levels of due diligence. The first level is what I'm going through right now. What we see, we kind of run the numbers. We put it into a spreadsheet, gives us a score from 1 to 10. This one scored just above 7. So it's a strong no deal, especially in a lower priced market and a lower priced purchase price for this particular note. So the note again has excellent equity. The person's been living in the property since 2019. So they've got, roughly about 30 to $40,000 of equity in the property. Again, if something happens with this particular borrower, what are they most likely going to do? They're most likely going to put the property on the market and sell it. And then if that happens, because of you're in first lien position here, you're gonna, get paid off. Payer wouldn't want to, lose the equity in the downturn in the market or something happen in their personal life, as we discussed. The median rental in the area is just about $1,000. It was like $990. So it's actually cheaper to purchase in this particular area than it is to rent, or they're very close. Let's just say that worst case scenario, they're very close. So is this person going to want to, not make this payment, this $500 a month payment, and then have to go rent something for, 900, $1,000, or maybe even more because rents are, they may start going up soon. Very good discount. You got that $3,000 worth of discount, if this thing pays off early. This is a contract for deed, which is a security agreement that gives the note holder, some more protections in case of something going wrong. In a contract for deed, that they are in these non-judicial foreclosure states. So the foreclosure process can be a lot faster for one, but then also if you miss payments, you're automatically turned into a renter for a certain amount of time. And then if you're still unable to make the payment, there's usually an eviction process that happens. So it's not like you're going through the courts that you do in a traditional, when you have a judicial type of foreclosure. So those are, the positives of the deal. And, I just wanted to kind of run through it really quickly. See if anybody is interested in this particular deal. You can always reach out to me. Let me show you my contact information one more time. If you have any questions about this, reach out to me and let's talk about it. But where's my contact information not coming up? But it's 973-475-8488, or you can email me at deals with an S at deals ACG at yahoo.com if you have any questions or concerns. But if this deal, if you don't like this deal, it doesn't fit you, please reach out anyway. If you are interested in other types of deals, we find them in all different price ranges. Like I said, we usually find things under $100,000, and we can get you into something that can get you that, 7, 8, 10% type of yield on a consistent basis. All right. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.